All right, I had someone reach out to me and ask me to build them a ammo can guitar. So that's what I'm working on now. I've already cut the slot for the neck, and I've got little pieces in here. Hold on, let me turn on my light. Let me see if that'll make it for you better. All right, that's a little brighter. I've already got, there you go, little pieces of wood in the back, and I use that to help keep the neck square. And I was working some other projects, so I went ahead and I've done plenty of videos of building these necks. So I've already pretty much it's the rough neck, right? I got the fretboard glued on, but I still need to shape it, right? Only thing I've done is rounded over these corners. So I still got a lot of shaping to do. But it's at this point that I actually start trying to lay out the box. Oh, and you'll also notice, you'll see here, I got like a little bump here, and a little bump here. So this is where the neck will touch inside the box. Up here, this will be the front. This little piece right here will touch. And then this back here, this is approximately where the bridge is gonna go. I say approximately, this is 25 inches plus from where the nut will be. So this is where the bridge will be. So this will touch inside the box. So put this in here, give you a look at it, there you go. And you can hear when I do this, it's hitting that piece of wood back there, so you know that it's square in the box. I just noticed that my light, I guess I forgot to charge my light. My light just burned out. So I got to charge up my light. But anyway, you can see that this is this helps square it up. So here's my dilemma. All the other ammo can guitars that I've done a hardtail bridge, but on this one I'm gonna do a floating bridge. And I've been racking my brain thinking about how I want to secure the strings, right, for the floating bridge. So I don't know if I'm 100% sold on this yet, but let me tell you what I'm thinking. So if you look inside here, there's plenty of room, you know, and I put this on here, I guess what maybe people would say backwards, but I put, you know, the can opens this way. And so I'm really thinking about actually making the strings come through the neck up into the body, and you should have enough room to reach inside this can and change the strings if you know need be, when you need to, whatever the case may be. But there's too much distance. I would need to put a piece of wood or something in here if I were going to come all the way to the back, because I wouldn't want that pressure. You know, it will bend this in a little bit, and that's not necessarily what I want. Putting it into the neck will help it pull into the box like it's supposed to be, which would be a bonus. And I wouldn't have to worry about placing a hinge back here. You know, there's all kinds of stuff here. So that's what I've been thinking about. Once I get that sorted, then I'll cut out the slot for the humbucker, and we'll be off to the races. So this one will probably go together rather quickly after I figure out exactly what I want to do. But I've been thinking on it a couple of days. I might let it set for another day or two and think about it. But I've already taken a string and reached my hand in here and, you know, kind of tried to replicate threading it into a thing, or into the hole if the strings were through here. So I think it's very possible, you know, unless you got massive hands, to do that. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I guess you'll know in the next clip. So let's find out. So one of the fun things about building cigar box guitars or license plate guitars or ammo can guitars is sometimes you got to do a little problem solving, right? You know, however you want to lay out the box out or whatever your design is, you got to kind of think through all of those things. Building cigar box guitars over and over again, you kind of figure out how you're going to mount the neck to the box, and it's, you know, doesn't really change that much. But when you're using a can like this, then that in itself becomes a challenge. So look at how much room you got in here, right? So I could put blocks in here and screw it in from the bottom, from the back or something like that. But typically what I do is right here, you see I got a screw holding the front end. And then I know earlier I was thinking about going through the box with the strings, or through the neck with the strings. So there's the holes for the strings. So there's the challenge. How do I mount this? So took a little, you can see my drawings on here, you know, lined out for these, and then try to get these two screws to go right in between right in between the holes where the strings are going to go. So that's how the neck is going to be attached, and the strings are going to be through the box. And I haven't, you know, obviously haven't completed this yet. Still got a lot of work to do, but you know, when you build these, I'm always, at least me, I put them together and take them apart several times just to make sure I've got everything right. But I got this string, I just pulled this string out just to see how difficult this would be. And you know, it's not like you're changing the strings every day. And there's no guides on the back of here yet or anything like that, which brings me to the other thing. So for string guides, I guess, and to keep from tearing the wood or the metal or something like that, you can buy these, but this is just a rivet, right? And it cut a little 1/8 inch hole, and these things fit in there pretty good. So I'll paint this up to match the box, but I'm sure there's other ways to do this, but this is what it is. This is a rivet. I just put in a pair of pliers or whatnot just to hold it, kind of give it a couple of taps. Boom, there you go. Now you got a string guide. If I was doing it outside the box where you could see it, I would put like a string, I guess, pocket or whatnot. So the back of the string, this part has something to go into, and it's not sticking out outside the box. But since this is inside of here, I'm gonna do these on the outside of the box and on the bottom side of this neck. So let me take this off of here, and I'll show you a couple of other things as well. So also, because I'm doing a floating bridge, I don't have a hinge or any of that on there. I need to be able to ground the strings because I am using a humbucker. So you'll see, I messed up. I screwed this up top here, but that's not going to work. So this hole right here, this is where the ground will go, and there's this little channel here. It looks like the wood broke, but that's not the case. I actually did that on purpose. Yeah, I did that on purpose so that because this neck barely fits in the box, so when I slide it in the box, I got something to there you go. This can fit inside that channel and slide into this opening that's just as wide as this. So that's what that's for. So anyway, this will slide in here. It'll make contact with this metal piece right here. And then when this string touches the bridge, which is metal, it'll ground the rest of the strings. Okay, so there you go. You know, every build's different. You know, a lot of the techniques are kind of the same, or things that you use are kind of the same. You may have to use them differently, but it's kind of fun trying to figure all that out. All right, so now I need to shape out this neck and get some frets on it, and then we can start getting the rest of this box put together. So the other thing, I said I was gonna have to wire this up outside the box, and that's what I did. I didn't do it on camera, I apologize, but I've done a couple of these already. So I just kind of laid it out on this build. I wanted to push these around to where like they were going to be inside the box. So that's what that is. This is the ground that goes to that's going to hook into the strings and make sure the strings are grounded, since this is a humbucker. So you got the tone and the volume, and then the input. So another important thing is once you're done with your wiring, before you get it secured up or get in a position where you can't you got to pull everything apart, it's probably a good idea to test it. So I'm just going to flip these over here real quick. Let me turn the amp on, and I'm just wanting to see if, I'm sure you can hear that working. And then I'll turn the volume knob up and down. While I'm doing that, I'm also listening to see if it's scratching. Same thing with the tone knob. There we go. So, good to go. Now, the last thing you want is to be turning on the volume or the tone knob and have it start spinning on you. So a lot of times, I know you can use Loctite or any of that stuff, but you still want to be able to get these off of here. So I'll take a little bit of clear fingernail polish, and I put that on these just to help them stay secure. Especially with the jack, when you're putting that on there, because you're always constantly pulling on that thing, and it tends to want to loosen up. So you need to put something on that jack screw to help hold it, or help keep it locked down. So I use there's an older video, I saw someone use some clear fingernail polish, and I thought that was a pretty awesome idea. So I'll keep some clear fingernail polish out here, and that's what I use. All right, one last look before I button it up. I did put glued a couple of these wires, just put some hot glue down here to hold these wires in place. This one needs to move because this is going all the way back. There you go, that's a look at it. Make sure nothing's grounding out, everything's where it's supposed to be. All right, now we're gonna button her up, call her good. All right, this here is the ammo Can Gitty. And I titled this, If You Know, You Know. Yes. If you know what that means, drop it down in the comments below so everybody else will know. All right, let's get a good look at this thing. Let me readjust my camera just a little bit so I can show you what this thing looks like, and then we'll plug it in so you can hear it. But this is the ammo Can Gitty. It's got a humbucker up in the neck position. It's got a tone and a volume knob. It's got a little bomb for a pickup or for a bridge. The strings you saw in the video are through the neck. They don't go all the way through the back, through the neck. This is a 2-piece neck, or 3 pieces, I guess. It's actually only 2 pieces. I cut this piece of maple in half and put a piece of walnut in the middle there. Really awesome. I like the contrast to the maple and the walnut. It's got a walnut heel, a walnut fretboard. It's got nice big fret dot markers on the front with an eagle, and fret dot markers on the side. This thing is awesome. Let me take this off of here. And oh yeah, let me get rid of that so you can see. I usually like to leave these on there while I'm tuning it in case I take them off. I got to take them off for some reason, but anyway, I think we're good now, hopefully. There you go. And this one, by request, is tuned E. B, E. Open E. Really, really fun build. I like doing these. I was gonna look back through my book and see how many I built of these, but thinking off the top of my head, this is probably number 4 or number 5 of ammo cans. But all together, this is number build number 106. It's got just a nice little simple design on the front. One sound hole here, but of course, if you don't think it's loud enough, you can always open up the other sound hole, which is the lid. Take that joker off. Oh yeah. So besides the tone knob, you take the lid off. So get your tone that you need. Take that lid off and get her dialed in. All right, I'm gonna put this back on here. Let's plug it in. Make sure my wiring's sound. I checked it. I checked it before I put it in the box. You gotta do that. Every time that I haven't checked it before I put it in the box or before I close the box up, guess what? I've found a problem. So it's a good idea to check it before you put it in the box. Save yourself some time. If you're building your own CBG or ammo Can Gitty or whatever the case may be. I moved the strap button a little further back, or the strap button, the input jack, I moved it a little further to the back just to give me room to get in there. I didn't put strap buttons on there, but you know, you got plenty of things you can tie to tie a strap to you. You can tie it around the neck, and then you can tie it around the back of this can. So plenty of things to do. All right, let's see here. All right, yeah, this thing sounds awesome. I always set these things up, you can play them fretted or you can play them with the slide. The action is pretty good. I always use this to this is what I use to gauge these with. It's got a little line on there. I know you probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a mark here at the 12th fret, and I aim to get the strings right there at that mark. Actually, I had a bridge on here that was just a little bit higher, so I redid the bridge and put it on there, and and it was too low. So a combination of those two seemed to be the sweet spot. You can always sand these bridges down, but then you gotta run it. You're gonna run the risk of maybe getting it just a little too low. And if you like it really low with a little bit of fret buzz and that don't bother you, then have at it. You can sand these things down, hook it up. All right, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but this was a commission build. I had a buddy of mine reach out and ask me to build him an ammo Can Gitty. So here you go, John. And I know the guy's name in the last video was John as well. And this guy's name is John. I'm not making this stuff up. I do have imagination. I can invent new names, but really both guys' names are John. So anyway, this is for John. John, I hope you really like this guitar. This is really fun to build. I like building these ammo can guitars. They're really cool. If you like these videos and you're made it this far in the video, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.